All right, so I walked into the 49ers locker room after they just beat the Cardinals 16-15, win full of grit and resilience. And first person I see is Kendrick Bourne, and he's just pointing at Ricky Pearsall, yelling, "He's him. He's him." And KB and Ricky had this great handshake before the start of the game, and those two guys are having a lot of fun playing together. That's a fun game to win if you're the 49ers. Ricky, 8 catches, 117 yards. Kendrick Bourne had 4 big catches for the 49ers. Every single play mattered in this game. Now, big picture news to worry about, Nick Bosa. And the 49ers have yet to rule out an ACL injury.
They ruled it out. No, we're not sure. I mean, there is concern because of how he feels, and but they do the tests and stuff on the sideline. When usually they say whether he definitely did or not, and they didn't say that. But we are concerned with that, and keeping our fingers crossed for the MRI or whatever he does.
So they did the testing in the blue medical tent, obviously without an MRI, and that came back inconclusive. So the 49ers can't rule out an ACL injury, but also right now they can't confirm one. So Bosa is going to undergo an MRI tomorrow, and that's going to be one of the most highly anticipated MRIs in 49ers history. And we'll see how long he's going to be sidelined. I think best case scenario, given the fact that Nick Bosa was limping even after he exited the blue medical tent, is that it is not an ACL, and it's something that keeps him out a few weeks, and the 49ers can try to hold down the fort while he is out. Remember that next week, Brock Purdy should be back on this field behind me against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the 49ers will also get back some offensive firepower. Even if Juwan Jennings doesn't return, Demarcus Robinson's suspension is now over. So big thing is the 49ers stashed another win today. They're first place in the NFC West. They've got themselves a little bit of breathing room. They're going to try to keep on stacking some of these victories, but the formula is going to change on a week-to-week basis. They may need that offense to start being more explosive, more productive up on the scoreboard if Nick Bosa is not going to be ready to return anytime soon for the 49ers. But we will see tomorrow. In the locker room, I thought that the coolest part of this game was when the 49ers almost had a safety. They said Kyler's had the ball just across the goal line, so it wasn't a safety. But all 3 of the drafted rookie defensive linemen, Mykel Williams, CJ West, Alfred Collins, got in on the pressure on that play. I mean, the 49ers grew up in a hurry. Mykel, very happy about that particular play in the locker room.
On the near safety, how quickly did you realize it was the 3 rookies on the pressure?
Yeah, when I got up and I looked around, I seen it was me, AC, and CJ. I was like, damn, all of us out here making plays, and it just turned me up, gave me good energy.
Now, the 49ers, they needed these rookies to play the biggest roles of their careers, their very young careers so far, to make up for the loss of Nick Bosa. And I'll tell you, talking to several guys in the locker room, the common theme, especially from the guys who were also here last year, is that the 49ers would have lost that game last season. And you know what? I've been in the locker room all 3 of these weeks. That's been the theme after the win against the Seattle Seahawks, the win against the New Orleans Saints, and then today for the home opener at Levi's. So one can fairly say that the roster work that the 49ers did in the offseason and the sideline work, so the work on the coaching staff with Robert Saleh being back, one can fairly say that the 49ers turned 0-3 to 3-0 this offseason. They were not showing this type of grit, this type of finishing ability last year. And every single game, it's been something a little bit different, right? Against Seattle, it was all about Brock Purdy and Jake Tonjes leading the team down the field for that touchdown, and then Nick Bosa closing the game for San Francisco with the strip sack. Against New Orleans, it was Bryce Huff. The offense didn't really close that game, although Juwan Jennings had a big touchdown in the 4th quarter. And then today, this was a combination of several things. We thought the 49ers would lose multiple times. I said that to Kyle Shanahan in the locker room as he walked through. I was like, man, I really thought you guys were going to lose that game a few times. And Kyle, I think, felt similarly. I mean, everybody in the stadium, anybody with 2 eyes and a brain watching this game knows that the 49ers were skating on thin ice. I mean, if Zay Jones catches that football that Upton Stout rips out, the Cardinals win. Now, Upton had 21 bench press reps at the NFL Combine, the strongest DB at the NFL Combine at 5'8". And he is everything that this 49ers team has embodied so far, especially out of the young guys. No quit. Looked like Zay had caught that ball. Upton Stout said, no, he's got to bring that one into the ground. If not, I'm going to rip that football out. And he did. We're going to have to see that replay. I haven't gotten a chance to watch the tape and see the exact details of what happened. But looked to me like he was able to get his arm in there, either punch it out or rip his arm up, and the ball went flying out. Gave Mac Jones the opportunity. When you talk about grit, resilience, Mac actually played this game with a knee aggravation. He first injured the knee against the Raiders in the preseason, took off the brace at some point today, then put it back on because he got hurt after the long drive that didn't end with points. That Arizona had a goal line stand where we saw Mac Wilson just completely blow up Christian McCaffrey. Might have come a little bit early, right? But they didn't call pass interference. So anyway, that drive saw Mac get hurt, so he had to put the knee brace back on, and then he had to finish this game and grit it out. It's a good thing Christian McCaffrey is probably going to be it's a good thing that Brock Purdy is probably going to be back next week. I'll tell you what, it's also a good thing that Christian McCaffrey is on this football team. He leads the NFL with 77 touches so far this year. He's on pace for 436 touches. He has the most touches through 3 games in 49ers history. Today for Christian, it was primarily through the pass game. I mean, they targeted him 15 times. He caught 10 of them for 88 yards. That's where he did most of his damage. He had 52 yards on the ground. The total amount of actual touches, catches plus carries was 27, but I think that the play where he got blown up by Mac Wilson should count as a touch as well. I mean, Christian is really gutting it out, and a lot of people are like, well, why are they using him so much? And I say, would you rather the 49ers have lost the game? Because they needed every single one of those. I mean, it's at the very end of the game, the screen pass to Christian McCaffrey, which I think really caught the Arizona Cardinals off guard, is what put Eddie Pinheiro in range. And Christian is just such a versatile weapon in a game where you're as shorthanded as the 49ers were. No Kittle, no Ayuk, no Jawan Jennings on offense. The separation is really hard to come by. And you've got your over-the-top option in Ricky Pearsall, who obviously made a lot of big catches, including a huge one over the top today. And you've got your primarily underneath option in Christian McCaffrey. And again, in what was such a gritty slog of a win, they needed every single route that Christian McCaffrey was running for them down to the very last one. So that's the usage for McCaffrey. Do the 49ers hope it will go down? Of course. It's not going to be sustainable for a full season. Returning Demarcus Robinson next week for sure. Potentially returning Jawan Jennings can help. But they still got to get through a little bit of time. 2 more games before George Kittle can return for this football team. That's so huge to see different guys deliver for the 49ers, like Kendrick Bourne, like a Jake Tonjes, Kyle Juszczyk with the 49ers touchdown there at the end. You know, you talk about clutch moments. The defense delivered a lot of them. The guys I talked to in the locker room were just, they always rave about what Robert Saleh is dialing up, and disguises between man and zone, and he made it look like man coverage on the second to last Arizona 3rd down. And then the 49ers just bailed into a zone and sent 6 rushers, Fred Warner being one of them, and Kyler's not very tall. The game plan was designed to try to expose Kyler Murray for his weaknesses. There would be times where they try to pin him in the pocket, but then with the pass rush, they would blitz in the type of angles with their tall rushers. I mean, Fred Warner is 6'4" in a way that he could get his arms up and knock the pass away from Kyler Murray. And that's what happened on that penultimate 3rd down. And then on the very last 3rd down, the one that set up the game-winning drive, they relied on their secondary to make a play. So I talk about the rookies rushing without Bosa. I talk about Saleh blitzing at the right time and Fred Warner making a play. I talk about Upton Stout, the rookie on the back end, making a play. This is everybody pulling some sort of weight. You can't, just point at one guy and say he was the hero. Those guys did a great job. Sky Moore, sure-handed fielding of punts. Now, there was a mistake that he made when he fielded that one punt inside the 10, but I thought that, the amount of punts he had to catch today, and I thought that the return game, other than the one mistaken catch that he made, what was good, that had to be on point. Thomas Morstead had to be on point. They backed Arizona up, and it was very close to being a safety, wasn't quite a safety, but even after the intentional grounding play, the 49ers had a drive set up in the other direction, and Mac Jones was ready to capitalize when his name was called. Even after the interception, Kyle Shanahan actually blamed that on a bad play call when he was trying to force feed Ricky Pearsall one too many times. Even after that pick, Jones, 5 completions, including one to Sky Moore. Sky, returner for the 49ers, but sometimes you're going to have to rely on him to be one of your eligibles. And they had to on the very final drive of the game with everything on the line. This is starting to give you vibes of a team where somebody's going to step up, and it's going to be multiple guys, and winning teams do that. Losing team in 2024 ran out of gas. The 49ers didn't do that. Today, they did. Let's look at the defensive stats for the 49ers in this game. Fred Warner, 11 tackles, led the way. 2 pass breakups for Warner. Winters, 8 tackles. It seems that every tackle that he makes is a loud one. Siegel had a huge one. Sam Okawanu, I thought, he played his ass off today. I mean, and he's not the most athletic defensive end in the league. This is somebody who's just having to scrap and claw for every chance that he gets, and they were heavily reliant on him, especially while Mykel Williams was out for a bit. He returned, Mykel did, but they only had 3 defensive ends there to close the first half, and Kyler's getting around the edge on Sam Okawanu, but Okawanu continues playing hard, and he made a few really, really big tackles down the stretch of this football game, like on the edge that prevent, just shoestring tackles at times. One, I think, against Trey Benson to prevent any sort of first down. And everything ended up adding up for this 49ers team in just what was one hell of a game. The Cardinals, they lost James Conner, gruesome injury in this game. But if you look at Arizona, rushing totals today, 3.8 per carry. They ran 26 times, but that's including Murray's run, 6 for 37. So you take away Murray's runs, just standard run game for Arizona. Wasn't all that productive. I mean, Connor was 22 yards on 9 carries for the Cardinals. Benson was 42 on 10. So, again, he had one big one. He had a 29-yarder. Without that, Benson is 9 for like 13 yards. So I thought that Mykel Williams played his ass off today. Really good game, and the entire defensive line stepped up without Bosa. Arizona might have had a game plan that was a little too conservative. I think they should have gone for that fourth down, late in the first half at their own 37 on 4th and 1, because they were dominating the game, the flow. Bosa was out. They had a chance to exhaust the 49ers right out of this building. They didn't take it, and the 49ers had their little window there, and they capitalized. They still faced several times where they were about to lose this game, but they still were able to get the job done. Resilience at key moments, something they weren't doing last year. This team has a chance to be special. If you're the 49ers, you have to look at it that way. You've got Jacksonville coming in next, and you just have to roll the punches. You return, theoretically, 3 important guys, right? Purdy, maybe Jennings, Demarcus Robinson for sure. You probably lose Bosa for at least some period of time. There may be another injury that comes up tomorrow for the 49ers. CJ West had a thumb issue there at the end of the game. Mykel obviously fighting through the wrist. Like, these are all things that it's adversity every single week. But if you can find a way to get into the win column, it's not easy to win in this league. Things will be okay. Talk to Eddie Pinheiro after. Look at Eddie he's got some swag that Jake Moody didn't have at that kicker position because Moody didn't have that confidence. And Kyle was really happy that Eddie Pinheiro was able to get it done for this football team. So that's a massive, massive win. More division wins now for the 49ers than they did all of last season. You could take a look at the field where it all happened here at Levi's. They won one division game. They won 1-5 against NFC West last season. 49ers are now 2-0 against the West. And the Seahawks might have won, but guess who lost? The Rams. The Rams lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. Last second blocked field goal returned for a touchdown. Crazy, crazy game. So this was big because you've just got to stack these wins any way you can, especially if the body count here with Nick Bosa getting hurt, if that continues to rise, well, then you'll be really happy that you stacked these wins. And the 49ers are 3-0 for the first time since 2023. Here's a look into some of the interviews from the locker room.
First round pick, man. I don't know how that should surprise anybody, but,
It feels great to be able to make those plays, and it's just weekly growth. Just getting more comfortable in the system, getting more comfortable knowing what I'm doing, and just playing faster, studying a little bit more. So it's helping me out. It's working out for me.
How much motivation to step up once you saw Bosa go down and possibly not return, which he did not return?
I feel like there was the whole group, like the whole D-line room said we got to step it up because, Bosa is a great player for us and he holds a heavy load. So when we lose him, everybody got to raise their game.
On the near safety, how quickly did you realize it was the three rookies on the pressure?
Yeah, when I got up and I looked around and I seen it was me, AC, and CJ, I was like, damn, like all of us out here making plays, and it just turned me up, gave me good energy.
You guys talked on the sideline right after about that?
Yeah, we did.
What happened to your wrist? What happened to your wrist and how's it feel?
It feels great. It feels great. I just fell on it, and it was just a little sore, so I got it checked out, and it was good.
Was that when you were chasing Kyler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you able to talk to Nick at all after the game?
No, I haven't seen him yet.
When you see a guy go down like his caliber, does everyone like to try to rally around and make sure that you win one for him as well?
Yeah, that's exactly what we did. We just came together better as a group, and we got out of there with the dub. Man, it feels great to win at home, especially a big-time division game like that. So.
What was this first one at home for you? What did you think about the Levi Stadium crowds?
Man, it was great. We had a loud crowd out there, especially on third down. And I had to lean back and get the call from Fred a couple times. It was great.
What's it mean to start 3-0 for this team?
Man, it means that we have a chance to do everything. We still have a chance to do everything that we said we wanted to do. So it just feels great to get off to this great start, especially with all the circumstances that we've been going through as a team, with all the injuries. So it just feels great to be where we at right now.
You mentioned that adversity with the injuries. What does that say about this team that you guys are able to persevere and endure through that and still be undefeated?
Yeah, it just shows the talent that's on this team, and it shows the drive and the mindset of this team. It shows what we was capable of.
How much pride do you take in defending the run?
Oh, yeah, I take a lot of pride in defending the run.
How do you guys feel like the game plan was versus Kyler Murray?
We had a great game plan for him. Solid drew it up, and we just went out there and executed.
Do you feel like there was a good camaraderie between you young guys on the front?
No.
Good camaraderie between you, the three young guys on the front?
Oh, yeah. Ever since we came in, we've been kind of close, tight-knit, and just been working together.
What about getting the stop late in the fourth quarter to set up the winning drive? What did that say about the character of this club?
They say that we can go out there and play game-winning defense. When the game is on the line and our backs against the wall, we don't fold.
Your thoughts on that game-winning field goal? What was going through your mind?
Man, Eddie, it was big, it was huge. I'm glad he was able to seal it, and he's a great kicker. Great, we got him on our team.
What do you think about Mac Jones and his performance?
Dog, Mac 10. Yes, sir. He's a dog. Yeah.
West side.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned the three guys up front. What about Upton's style?
Oh yeah, man. Upton's a great cornerback, great player, great person. Man, he a dog as well. Like he balls just like he did in the field today on the game. He do it every day in practice, so it's nothing new.
How close are you guys, the rookies, as a group? Pretty close?
Oh yeah, the rookies. Yeah, we're pretty close as a group because we have to do all the rookie development stuff together and all the off-season training. Most of us stayed here this off-season, worked out together, so we kind of close as a group.
And Marquise Siegel as well.
Go crazy tonight?
Yeah. We gonna talk about some stuff. We might pop out, go somewhere, Joe, and get some dinner or something.
Marquise Siegel as well as a rookie.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I mean, how much of all of you guys, young guys, I mean, the fact that you have such high expectations for yourself, is that expected?
Yeah, this is our mindset. No matter the age, if you can play ball, you can play ball. So we're out there and on the field trying to play ball.
And now I'm here, so it's a blessing, and I thank God every day for giving me the opportunity to come here and show what I can do. So.
This is a true walk-off. Have you had other ones like this in your career?
Yeah, I've had many,
Yeah?
I've had many in my career.
Does it help you that you've done that in the past when you have to prepare for something like that?
Yeah, of course. The more game winners you have, the more experience you have. But this one felt great, and I'm super excited that the team was able to put me in position because it's not just me. It's our O-line and our D-line, and we did well today. So
What's going through your head before you have to go out there and do that? Take us through that.
yeah, I mean, just I know I got to make the kick. If not, I probably won't be here. So, gotta make kicks, like I said a week ago. So I'm just happy that I'm able to make some kicks. And
Eddie, when you made the kick and you celebrated towards the Cardinals bench, is that just because you were venting like what you do against them, or what?
No, I just I was really excited. I didn't want to lose to them at home, and they're our divisional rivals, and we were gonna let them come in here and do that to us. So, yeah.
Team put you on your shoulders, on their shoulders. You look like you were trying to get down.
Yeah, because that's a bad movie. I know that was coming. I'd rather just stay on the ground and So.
What did Kyle say to you after the game?
It's just a good game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.